Hello and welcome to the Rhythm and Roots Show with Rohan and Al of the Dublin City Rounders, your weekly dose of ragtime, music hall, bluegrass, country blues, early jazz, western swing, and more. We got live sessions and interviews with guests local and around the world, recorded at Beardfire Studio, Dublin, Ireland. Be sure to like Rhythm and Roots on Facebook, catch up with the podcast on Spreaker.com, and don't forget you can become a Rhythm and Roots Patreon patron today and be in with a chance to win our monthly Rhythm and Roots Novelty Prize. Now enjoy the show. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. You are very, very welcome to another edition of Rhythm and Roots with me, Rohan, and my brother Al. How's it going, Al?
Hello. Pretty good.
That's good to hear that it's going good over there on the other side of the room at the Tech Bay, where Al will be taking charge of some very advanced equipment in order to bring beautiful, very old music to your ears.
Oh, yeah. It's very difficult.
Very difficult.
I need to actually ride a bicycle while I'm doing this to provide the power to the machinery that we use to play the music.
He doesn't have to, but he does.
But I do.
But the most important thing as well, so yeah, if you do hear the sound of whirring during it, that's all that is. We've got a great show lined up this afternoon, evening, whatever time of the day you're listening to it. Morning, of course. That's the other time of day. The middle of the night, I suppose, if we wanted to cover all the bases.
Also noon. You said afternoon, but
that's true.
Noon is also a time.
Yeah, specifically noon. Okay. Next up, we're going to have some tunes, but to preview the program, later on in the program, we've got the wonderful husband and wife Americana duo Supreme. We've got the Remedy Club joining us later in the program, and an excellent live rendition with myself and Al joining them for that. So do stick around for a little while to catch that excellent interview, and look forward to the show tomorrow night, Thursday, the 11th of October at the East Side Tavern. Myself, my brother, Dublin City Rounders will be playing with the Remedy Club there, and it should be a really, really good gig. So do get down to it, 8 o'clock at the East Side Tavern, Thursday, the 11th of October. Right, we better play a song. 2 minutes in, and we haven't played a bleeding song, so we better do that.
Oh, well, first I would also like to just wish everyone a belated Happy Leif Erikson Day.
Oh, when was
because
that?
That was the 9th of October.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Oh, well, there we go. Hope everyone had an excellent Leif Erikson Day. And speaking of Leif Erikson, did Leif Erikson get to New York?
Probably.
He might have got that far south, because it was more Newfoundland and all that up north, wasn't it? Leif Erikson, of course, the Nord who discovered America before the other people, or whatever. Anyway, history's not our big forte here. Let's hear a song from the 1917? It's something like that, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that.
God.
Again, history is not our forte.
I was being somewhat ironic there, because we do play a lot of historical music. This, I know, is from the 1910s. This is The Sidewalks of New York by the Nat Shilkret Orchestra.
but sing and walk with our best girl and have a whole sidewalk.
Eck Robertson there with the Brilliancy Medley. Not an easy name of a song to say, actually, when you try and say it. Eck Robertson there, absolutely wonderful old fiddle player, bluegrass fiddle player there, some great tunes. Next up, we're going to hear from good old Alice Lynskey. We're going to play a song that we recorded a little while ago with Alice here in the studio on a previous show. She's got a new single that has just hit the airwaves, Obscene Dreams. So do go to Spotify, iTunes, all those places. Do go have a listen to the new single. And for now, enjoy this old rendition of Red-Handed Woman from a little while back with myself and Al joining Alice in the studio. This is Red-Handed Woman by Alice Lynskey, and do get online and check out Obscene Dreams, the new single from Alice as well.
I met this cool kind of guy. He bought me drinks, so we talked all night. He had too many, he fell to the floor. The barmaid then she kicked him out, so I followed him into town. He tried to kiss me, but I said no more. He said, the problem with you, dear, you can't let down your hair. I'm just a guy looking for some fun. But he grabbed my hands, he pulled me close. He tried to pull off all my clothes. So for him, I pulled out my gun. 'Cause I'm a red-handed woman and I'll tell no lie. I will not be overpowered by a guy. listen, so I shot him dead. Witnesses say I put the gun against his head, but the juries and sheriffs, well, they've set me free, 'cause it couldn't be that this murder scene's by a little girl like me. Well, 2 weeks on, I'm good and free, set the whole damn town staring at me. They know what I did, dear, but it's all fun and games. The witnesses, they know the deal. I'll get to them, and they know I will. They know to stay hush and forget my name. They say the problem with you, dear, you can't let down your hair. He's just a guy looking for some fun. But he grabbed my hands, he pulled me close. He tried to pull off all my clothes. So for him, I pulled out my gun. 'Cause I'm a red-handed woman and I'll tell no lie. I will not be overpowered by a guy. He wouldn't listen, so I shot him dead. Witnesses say I put the gun against his head, but the juries and sheriffs, well, they've set me free, 'cause it couldn't be that this murder scene's by a little girl like me.
Just like a feather in breezy weather, I'm just drifting along. It's a lonely night, a pale blue sky. I feel so light that I could fly. Just like a feather in breezy weather, I'm just drifting along. Come on now, honey, count 1, 2, 3, and pull yourself together, say you care for me. I heard a little bird say that you would say the word, so why'd you be drifting along? Now we'll be married, you and I. We'll be happy till the day we die. Just like a feather in breezy weather, we'll keep drifting along. Come on now, honey, count 1, 2, 3, and pull yourself together, say you care for me. I heard a little bird say that you would say the word, so why keep me drifting along? Oh, we'll be married, you and I. We'll be happy till the day we die. Just like a feather in breezy weather, we'll keep drifting along.
Some Fantastic old western swing there from Smokey Wood and his Modern Mountaineers. One of my favourite songs, not only to listen to, but also to sing and play. Drifting along there, Smokey Wood and the Modern Mountaineers. Next
Did you
up,
know that
what?
they weren't actually mountaineers?
Well, I don't know if you caught that at home, ladies and gentlemen, but my
Yeah.
mind was just blown.
Piece of trivia for you.
Piece of trivia. They're also not very modern, considering it was about 100.
Not really, yeah.
Just about 80
They
years
really
ago
didn't
that
think
they
too
were-
far ahead with that name.
No.
It's like when they called the new Mario game New Super Mario Bros.
Yes.
When did that come out? That was like 10 years ago, maybe?
Well, at least probably about 15 at this stage on the Nintendo DS.
Good times.
These days they also have the new Nintendo 3DS, which
They
again
do.
will sound very odd.
Yeah, there
in
you
10
have
years'
about the
time.
lesson.
So if you're thinking of naming anything, do be sure to time-proof it with a clever name that will transcend the era in which it was invented. That's the lesson today, Al's lesson for the week. Do come back next week for another lesson from Al. So the next tune we're going to hear, I think this is possibly the second or third rendition of After You've Gone we've played, and we're going to dedicate it to our good friend and Patreon patron, Andy. This is a song Marion Harris is going to do a rendition. This is 1918, After You've Gone. And of course, yeah, with regard to Patreon, if you do want to support the program and help us cover costs and continue to expand and build on the show, if you like what you hear, do get over to Patreon, look up Rhythm and Roots, and you can become a monthly Patreon for as little as €2 a month. And, of course, you will also be in the draw for the monthly novelty prize, which we'll look at later in the month and see what that is and who wins it. So, with all that said, After You've Gone, dedicated to Andy, this is Marion Harris from 1918.
Now won't you listen, honey, while I say, how could you tell me that you're going away? Don't say that we must part. Don't break your baby's heart. You know I've loved you for these many years. Loved you night and day. Oh, honey, baby, can you see my tears? Listen while I say, after you've gone and left me crying, after you've gone, there's no denying you feel blue, you feel sad, you miss the only pal you ever had. There'll come a time, now don't forget it, there'll come a time when you regret it. Oh, babe, think what you're doing. You know my love for you will drive me to ruin. After you've gone, after you've gone away, after you've gone and left me crying, after you've gone, there's no denying you feel blue, you feel sad, you miss the only pal you ever had. There'll come a time, now don't forget it, there'll come a time when you regret it. Oh, babe, think what you're doing. You know my love for you will drive me to ruin.
got the 31st Street Blues. Please don't jump the track, I ain't got no time to lose. I can't make nothing while I'm roaming around. It's all gravy in my old hometown. Railroad, take me back. I've got the 31st Street Blues, can't lose them. I've got the 31st Street Blues, yeah. I've got 31st Street Blues. Please don't jump the track, I ain't got no time to lose. I can't make nothing while I'm roaming around, but it's all gravy in my old hometown. Railroad, take me back. I've got 31st Street Blues, can't lose them. I've got 31st Street Blues. Yeah.
31st Street Blues there from Leon's Lone Star Cowboys, Leon Chapelier. Later, he had a career after a very long hiatus after the whole Western swing thing died down. Had a career in the 1950s as Leon Chappell, doing kind of a rockabilly or Western kind of rock and roll, which was very, very interesting. Next up, we've got, speaking of Western, we've got the great C.C. Cooper. Brand new
Cooper Trooper.
The Cooper
as she's
Trooper.
known in some circles.
She is indeed. Well, she's not really, but... No. C.C. Cooper, He Wants Me Back is her brand new single that she recorded. It's a Sean Silk tune. Prolific songwriter Sean Silk working together with C.C. Cooper on this one. Music video coming for it next week as well, so do keep an eye out for that. But without saying too much more, it's a tragic song of divorce and regret, which of course something myself and Al had to deal with only just recently. Not really. That's, yeah, making stuff up again. Right, back to reality. C.C. Cooper, He Wants Me Back.
There goes gravity.
Here we go, enjoy.
He wants me back, though he cut me loose. And the lawyers came, and they did their worst. All those bitter words and the tears we shed. Now he wants me back, and I wish I was dead. Wish I was dead. He wants me back. He looks sincere. He was always handsome, made my heart skip a beat. He was sweet, he was solid, he never wavered a bit. Now he wants me back, and I wish I was dead. Wish I was dead. sense. Crazy, crazy spin. I can't forgive him. He put me through hell, and he wants me back. Though the sky fell in, and we sold the house, and we told the kids I moved to the city. The bridges were burned. Now he wants me back, but I will not turn. I will not turn. In the heart of the night, an unbearable ache. Now he wants me back. Is it really too late? Really too late? He wants me back. He wants me back.
It seems so queer, I can't please you at all. You say you're hurt because I flirt, let other fellows fall. I feed my eyes, I act too wise, my manners are too bold. What girl would do, please tell me do, he said that's easily told. Any little girl that's a nice little girl is the right little girl for me. She don't have to look like a girl in a book. If a good cook she should be. She don't have to wear rats in her hair or a straight front XYZ. Any little girl that's a nice little girl is the right little girl for me. To a hubby said in a Pullman parlor car, I'm going out to look about, just stay right where you are. She did not come, he said at one, please porter, find my bride. She left you flat, who shall I get? Then newlywed replied, any little girl that's a nice little girl is the right little girl for me. She don't have to look like a girl in a book. If a good cook she should be. She don't have to wear rats in her hair or a straight front XYZ. Oh, any little girl that's a nice little girl is the right little girl for me. Any little girl that's a nice little girl is the right little girl for me. She don't have to look like a girl in a book. If a good cook she should be. She don't have to wear rats in her hair or a straight front XYZ. Any little girl that's a nice little girl is the right little girl for me.
That was Any Little Girl That's a Nice Little Girl by Walter Van Brunt, 1910s. Any Little Girl That's a Nice Little Girl. What a quaint little tune. Next up, we're going to have a listen to the interview that we did with the Remedy Club a little earlier in the week. So do enjoy this this great interview with these guys and the live song thereafter. I'd like to welcome some very special guests here to Rhythm and Roots tonight with Rohan and Al, Aileen and KJ of the Remedy Club.
Hi there.
Hi there.
Hello, you're very welcome back.
Thanks for having us.
We had you in, God, it must be close to a year ago now. Not too long after the release of the latest record, Lovers, Legends and Lost Causes.
Mm-hmm.
That was recorded in 2017 and was it was mastered and worked on by 5-time Grammy Award winner Ray Kennedy.
That's right, yes, yeah.
Well, that's not too
and
bad,
yeah,
is it?
we have some exciting news.
I know.
We are going to, we're working on the next album. So it was
amazing.
pretty much this time last year, actually, when we released Lovers, Legends and Lost Causes. So we've been doing some guide vocals recently, and we are going to be working with Ray. He's going to be producing the next album in Nashville.
Wonderful.
So we're hoping to do that, I guess, early next year.
Well, he was obviously taken by. You obviously didn't scare him off with the first one, and he's gone even deeper for the second. That's brilliant.
And we've just sent him the guide track, so I'm hoping we haven't actually scared him off, because I have not received an email back yet. But hopefully all will go according to plan.
It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'm sure he's a busy guy. But so you did some of the recording, or how much of the recording did you record in Nashville last time?
Oh no, we didn't
None
actually
of it.
record any of it in Nashville.
So this is the big. This is part of the big news anyway, is that it's going to actually be recorded over there in the States.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Hopefully in a week the plan is that we're going to be very prepared for this next album.
Like crazy, yeah,
so we'll know exactly what we're doing, and then we'll head over for maybe
he
a
likes
week.
to work live.
Yeah.
Completely live, and that suits us, because we've done the fragmented sessions here and there on the last album and an album before that, and so it kind of ended up driving us a bit nuts,
Yeah,
so
it can be a bit of a dry
get it done in a week,
Well, that's it, and I mean, I suppose particularly in Nashville, there's such a great tradition of that. They're used to it. They've got the studios, the engineers know what they're doing, the gear, all that kind of stuff. And will you? I presume he has obviously great session musician contacts, things like that over there. So
he sure does. Yeah,
they'll be prepared. You'll
I'd
be
imagine
prepared.
So. Yeah,
yeah. I mean, Ray is.
So it's Nashville.
Yeah. Well, we really need a bass player and a drummer.
Yeah.
And then
maybe some keys and
everything,
maybe dobro.
Maybe some keys, and we're thinking of using David Murphy's, the Irish pedal steel player, who's on our last album, because he's amazing.
David's fantastic, we just have to see how we go with them.
It's a bit like you're going to Nashville, you probably can't throw a stone without hitting a great pedal steel player. But still, we're thinking of going with David, at least for some of the tracks anyway.
Yeah, well, I suppose the other thing as well is if working with great session players is obviously really good, but someone that you've worked with in the past and have a
rapport with,
and a relationship you've played with, obviously is going to help and produce that kind of alchemy that you need in the studio. Absolutely. But that's great. The live stuff is really the way to go. I think another friend of ours, Neil Toner, who's great guy,
fantastic.
He's over in Nashville now at the moment. And
is he?
Yeah. He's doing he's doing a few of the kind of the industry and festival scenes over there, and I know that he's recorded a lot of bits and pieces over in Nashville at different times. Again, live, great session.
Yeah, he's over and back quite a lot, I think, isn't he?
Yeah. So it's and he gets great results, and I'm really looking forward to hearing the new record. So with that all said, you've got a few live shows before you leave us here on the Emerald Isle and go to the States. You've got a few things to do here.
It's only a week, but don't get too excited.
How will we cope? You've got shows coming up.
Yes, we have this week. We're in the East Side Tavern in Dublin on Leeson Street.
So that's on Thursday night, Thursday the 11th. And of course we have some very talented, amazing musicians joining us for that gig.
Who could they be?
I think Dublin City.
I hope it's not the Ramblers.
No, not the. I meant to book the Ramblers, but we got the Rounders instead. But I believe they're good as well.
You wouldn't be the first.
So we're so looking forward to having you guys playing with us and doing some stuff together on Thursday. It's going to be amazing.
Well, look, we owe you big time for coming down at Dublin Goes Country and playing for us down there. And it was absolutely brilliant. So and it's great to be able to share the stage again and literally share the stage again, because I think we'll get up and join you for a couple of songs.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah, looking forward
Can't wait.
And we'll have a little bit of a teaser of that, I suppose, after this little chat here, when you'll get to hear one of the tunes, Big Old Fancy, that they'll be playing on the night. And hopefully, if we haven't annoyed them too much before then, they'll allow us to get up and play along with them.
I think
that was very quiet after that.
No reaction. We'll see.
Go on, Aileen, bring in the
I think it's
shade.
safe to say we're definitely getting up with this.
Okay, good.
I think we're just so exhausted. We have a 3-year-old at home, so that, you know, sleep is a rare thing. So
I know.
I was in Limerick and Greystones yesterday, so
we're taking it step by step.
But
no, we're very excited for
you
Thursday.
Guys are always, there's always something going on. I remember when you did play Dublin Goes Country, you just travelled from Donegal or something
actually,
like that.
Yeah, we literally just got back.
So super troopers here, always making
hard-working musicians
to make good musician, good
Gotta
music.
earn a living.
Absolutely. So as well as the East Side Tavern, that is Thursday the 11th, around 8 o'clock. I think things are kicking off up there in the East Side Tavern on Leeson Street. On the 12th, the day very straight after that, you're in Castle Bar in Mayo, playing in the Christchurch there with Joanne Keegan.
Yep.
Yes.
So how did that come about?
Joanne Keegan's a long-time friend of mine. Yeah. I did an IMRO songwriting collaborative thing years ago with her. That's where I met her. Amazing singer, songwriter.
Amazing musician as well, violin player, guitar player.
She's doing her own thing. She's got a new album coming out next month. So she's going to open the show for us with her guitar player, and then they're going to join us for a few songs as well. So.
Brilliant. Excellent.
So you guys better be on your best behaviour on Thursday, because we need to be able to perform on Friday in Mayo. And it's our first time performing in Castlebar, so we can't mess it up.
Okay. You guys can't mess it up anyway. I've seen you play. It's all good. So after that, you got Sligo live, and then I suppose it's all about kind of preparing and rehearsing for the record.
Yes, yeah, because we haven't actually nailed down a date yet for this new album, but we're hoping kind of early next year.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely, we need to.
Over there, because that'd be mad, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah,
we're thinking maybe February, March.
We're thinking February, March. Yeah.
That's a nice time of the year. Get out of dark old Dublin and Ireland for a week and enjoy some of that Nashville culture.
Yeah,
absolutely. Well, it depends when Ray is free. I guess he's just finishing Steve Earle's album at the moment, so he's kind of busy, you know. So we'll just be like, whenever you're available, Ray.
Steve, come on. Yeah. Get out of here! Come on, you've had loads of time.
I might get Steve to do a duet with Eileen.
I know. I'm holding out for this.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've been preparing for this moment.
I'll show him the ring though. Make sure because he doesn't need a 9th wife, isn't that right?
If you're watching, Steve, it's going to be completely platonic, okay?
Oh, God, yeah.
I don't know why I'm looking over at you. I should be looking over you.
Yeah. I'm like, you're winking at me. There's nothing going on here.
I didn't mean to wink at you. Sorry, Rohan. This has gone horribly wrong. Cut.
Something you want to tell me.
This is turned into the Jeremy Kyle show.
I'm going to start blushing now.
So yeah, get ready to put in a good word to Steve and make sure you get that duet up.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I think
stranger things have happened.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think that's going to happen. Let's just be positive.
God. Let's be really positive. So the next time we get you on the show, we might be
I'll bring Steve with me.
Yeah.
Kieran can come too.
Thanks.
Aileen with.
Yeah.
So
Steve and KJ.
Steven. Just mumble it there. It's down there somewhere. That's terrible. Grant, so look, thanks so much for coming in and chatting with us.
Thanks for having us, guys.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry for winking. I really, hope that didn't make you feel uncomfortable.
No, it's all good. I've just forgotten it's happened. It's all fine. Maybe if KJ gives me a wink, then we'll be even.
Yeah,
I was thinking of giving Al a wink, actually.
Yeah, Al needs a wink. All right, look, before this goes too far off the rails, thanks so much for coming in. We've got a great show on Thursday, so do get down to that in East Side Tavern. And if you find yourself, that's the 11th in East Side Tavern, and then the 12th, if you find yourself out Mayo Way in Castlebar, Christchurch there with Joanne Keegan. We're about to hear a Big Old Fancy. Sounds like a lot of fun the dude's having in this song. I mean, there's the kind of the downside to it, but I just ignore that bit.
Yeah. Well, he's one of the lost causes on the album. So.
I see. I thought he was one of the legends. Weird.
Yeah.
Well,
funny. It's all about perspective, really.
Yeah.
Well, let's let the listeners decide what part of the spectrum he falls into.
Exactly.
So this is Big Old Fancy, Remedy Club. Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
Big old fancy house, big old fancy life, big old fancy lady, sitting by my side. Big old fancy driveway, big old fancy car, big old fancy drinks lined up at the bar. I've been throwing that dice, watching it roll. Now that big old fancy life has got me in a hole. Big old fancy lawyers got them on speed dial, keep me out of trouble, keep me in the style to which I am accustomed. Maybe not for long. Somebody might have smelled that something rotten's going on. I've been throwing that dice, watching it roll. Now that big old fancy life has got me in a hole. Yes, it has. Big old fancy suitcase, carry my fancy clothes. I like to dress real fancy just so everybody knows how important I've become, what my money can buy. But I never stop to want to know, I never even ask why. I've been throwing that dice, I've been watching it roll. Now that big old fancy life has got me in a hole. Yes, it has. Big old fancy, big old fancy life. Fancy jet plane, carry me around the world. I got it loaded up with champagne, cocktails and girls, catering to my every whim. They're at my beck and call, but I guess I took my big old greedy eyes off the ball. Cause I've been throwing that dice, I've been watching it roll. Now that big old fancy life has got me in a hole. Yes, it has. Big old fancy, fancy life, big old fancy, big old fancy life, big old fancy, big old fancy life, big old fancy, big old fancy life has got me down in the
There's a Remedy Club there with Big Old Fancy, and if you do want to hear more of that kind of sweet, sweet music, do get down to the East Side Tavern tomorrow night. That's Thursday, the 11th of October, 8 p.m. start there with the Remedy Club and the Dublin City Rounders. Next up, we've got the American Quartet, old Billy Murray and the American Quartet. This is a song from 1917. It's called Over There, and I presume it's about wars.
Get your gun, get your gun, get your gun. Take it on the run, on the run, on the run. Hear them calling you and me, every son of liberty. Hurry right away, no delay, go today. Make your daddy glad to have had such a lad. Tell your sweetheart not to mind, to be proud her boy in line. Over there, over there, send the word over there, that the Yanks are coming, the Yanks are coming, the drums drumming everywhere, so prepare, say a prayer, send the word to beware, we'll be over, we're coming over, and we won't come back till it's over there. Get your gun, get your gun, get your gun. Johnny, shoulder hung, you're a son of a gun. Fight the flag and let her fly. Yankee, do or die. Pack your little kit, show your grit, do your bit. Yankee to the ranks, from the towns and the tanks. Make your mama proud of you, and the old red, white, and blue.
Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Some of these mornings, bright and fair, take my wings and cleave the air. Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Don't you mourn. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. When I get to heaven, gonna sing and shout. Nobody there for to turn me out. Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Oh, Mary, don't you weep, don't you mourn. Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. When I get to heaven, gonna put on my shoes, run about glory and tell all the news. Pharaoh's army got drowned. Oh, Mary, don't you weep. Oh, Mary. Oh, Mary. Oh, Mary. Don't you weep and don't you mourn.
Oh, Mary, don't you weep there from the Tennessee Ramblers. And that brings us to the end of yet another episode of Rhythm and Roots. Thank you so much for joining us, myself and Al.
Mm-hmm.
That's Al saying, not me, not to be mistaken with my
No,
let me
not.
try.
I think the listeners, or the viewers, depends if they're looking at their radio.
If they're looking through the window right now.
Yeah. I think there's a few of them out there. And anyway, I think they can probably determine whose mmmhmms.
Well, let's just do a quick test, okay? So we won't say whose this is. We're just going to go for one and then go for another one, and the listeners at home have to text in or email in and say which they think is mine and which they think is yours.
And we'll reveal the answers on the next
week.
Show.
Exactly. God, it's almost like we're brothers. Okay,
almost.
so Al, look at me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that was the first one, and here's the second one. Mm-hmm. So, ladies and gentlemen, do let us know. Answers on the back of an envelope. Write your address on the inside. Put it in a mailbox, and hopefully...
Or tied to a pigeon.
Well,
either way works.
I think that's cruel. I think that's wrong. I think it's unethical, and I don't think we should talk about that kind of thing on the program. So we're going to finish off today's show on a somewhat lighter note than what we just experienced there. This is a song about the devil. Ladies and gentlemen, do tune in next week for another episode of Rhythm and Roots with me, Rowan, and my bro Al over there. But for tonight, good night. This is Devil with the Devil by Roy Newman.
Happy Leif Erikson Day.
Here comes the devil. Here comes the devil. Here comes the devil. Devil with the devil says I. Look out for the devil. Look out for the devil. Look out for the devil. Devil with the devil says I. Oh, giving me the dickens, telling me that life's no easy picking. But as long as I have fun with the devil says I. So afraid of old man Satan, now why don't you stop your hesitating? Gonna be a long time dead, so the devil with the devil says I. You can have your social teas and bingo for your fun. But the things I like to do, you stop me one by one. Even if it makes me stronger, that ain't gonna make me live no longer. Even if I do go wrong with the devil says I. Don't stop your hesitating. Gonna be a long time dead, so the devil says I. You can have your social teas and bingo for your fun, but the things I like to do, you stop me one by one. Even if it makes me stronger, that ain't gonna make me live no longer. Even if I do go wrong with the devil says I.